you, and as I told you, we are left with the last portion of the work, energy and power chapter. Okay, and today we are going to basically do conservation of momentum and collision sums. Okay, for I would request you all to please open page 384 and 385. The sums which we are going to do today is in page number 384 and 385. Okay. So let's start. As you can see, I've written the formulas over here, all the conservation, all the momentum formulas, the collisions, elastic, there are no sums of inelastic collision. So basically elastic collision is there and what formula is required, I've written over here. So it will be easy for you to see this formula and do your sums. Okay, so let's start with the first sum, that is sum number 29. Okay, so what is sum number 29? Sum number 29 states a block of wood of mass 5 kg, a block of wood of mass 5 kg. Okay, so what is the mass of the wood, block of wood? It is 5 kg. Okay, and what else is given? Is suspended by a thread. A gun is fired in the horizontal direction and the bullet strikes the block and is embedded. Okay, that means the bullet is getting embedded with the block. Okay, and is embedded. As a result, the block is raised by 15 centimeter. That means H is given as 15 centimeter. So first you have to convert 15 centimeter to meter. That means 15 by 100 meter. Next, what else is given? If the mass of the bullet be 20 gram. So what is the, again let me denote block by BL and the bullet by B. Okay. So what is the mass of the bullet given? It is given as 20 gram. Since it is given in gram, so we will convert it into kg. Okay, that means 20 by 1000 kg. So what else is given? Find the initial velocity of the bullet. Given g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So our g is given as 9.8 meter per second square. You are asked to find out u, the initial velocity of the bullet. Okay, so let's do it. Now let me tell you that when the body is hitting, okay, it's given that the bullet, the block of wood of mass is suspended and the gun is fired and the bullet is getting embedded in the block. Okay, so when the bullet is getting embedded in the block, that means kinetic energy of the bullet is equal to the potential energy of the block because it is coming to rest. Okay, so kinetic energy is equal to the potential energy. Now what is potential energy? M. Now what M is this? Here remember that the bullet is getting embedded in the wood. As the bullet is getting embedded in the wood, so what is the total mass becoming? It is nothing but the mass of the bullet plus the mass of the block. Okay, that means mass of the bullet plus the mass of the block gives you the total mass. Okay, anyways, let me write it as mgh. Remember, m is the m block and m bullet. Okay, and kinetic energy is half mv square. Okay, so mm gets cancelled. What we are left with? So we get v is equal to root over of 2gh. Yesterday only when I had done the energy conservation sums, I had shown you how v is equal to root 2g is coming. Okay, so why we have done this, why we have found out this v? To find the, because here we are going to apply the conservation of momentum. Okay, so to apply the conservation of momentum, we have to know the final velocity. So by using this formula, you will get the final velocity v. Okay, so from here you are getting the final velocity v. Also, what is momentum equal to? Momentum is nothing but m into v. Okay, so here what they have asked you? They have asked you find the initial momentum of the bullet. Okay, find the initial velocity of the bullet. That means you are asked to find out the initial velocity of the bullet. Remember, the wood is at rest. Okay, the wood is at rest. When the bullet strikes it, it gets embedded in. Okay, so here after you find out v, okay, let us find out the, let's apply the conservation of momentum. So by applying the conservation of momentum, m, let me specify, mb means the mass of the bullet plus u. What is u over here? The initial velocity of the bullet, which we are going to find out. Okay, basically. And what is m block? Mass of the block plus the initial velocity of the block. So remember that initial velocity of the block is 0 because the block is at rest. Okay, is equal to, what is the final velocity? Since the since the bullet is getting embedded in the wood, that means now the wood and the bullet is together. So the total mass will be m block plus m bullet into v. What is v? The final velocity which you are getting from here. Okay. So here this term mb into ub, this term becomes 0. So what you are left with? So your final formula will be mb ub is equal to mb plus mbl, okay, into v. So put it in this formula. All the values I have already written, and you'll get the answer for u, the initial velocity. Okay. Okay. So let's move to the next sum number 30. Let's see what sum number 30 tells us. Okay. So students, here basically we'll be applying the law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of momentum, as well as the elastic collisions. Okay. Let's do the next sum. What it is given? A bullet of mass 0.02 kg. So what is the mass of the bullet? Now onwards I will be writing it as m1 and m2. Okay. So mass of the bullet, let me take it as m1 is given as 0.02 kg. Okay. Is moving with a speed of 200 meter per second. That means u1 is given as 200 meter per second. Okay. Strikes a 2 kg wooden block. Let it be m2, which is 2 kg. Okay. And it is moving suspended by a 1 meter length rod, length thread. So length of the thread is given as 1 meter. Okay. So what else is given? And is embedded in the block. Okay. And is embedded in the block. What is the maximum inclination of the thread with the vertical? So here we'll basically find out the cos theta. Okay. Yesterday I had written the formula of cos theta. So when you will do this sum, please refer to that cos theta one. Okay. So let's do. So what else is given to us? G is given as 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. So here you are asked to find the inclination theta. Okay. So here you see that when the bullet is getting means it is hit in the wooden block, it is getting embedded. Okay. So by conservation, first you will apply the conservation of momentum. Okay. Conservation of momentum. Remember, the block is at rest. Okay. That means u2 is equal to 0. Okay. So m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 plus m2 v, where m1 is the mass of the bullet and m2 is the mass of the wooden block and v is the total velocity. So from here you will easily get the value of v. Okay. So here you are getting the value of v. Okay. Now what you asked to find out? You asked to find out the inclination. After this, you see here I have written the kinetic energy. Okay. So now we have to do, because here the after the bullet is hitting the block. Okay. So obviously the body is no more, the wooden block is no more at rest. It also gets a particular velocity. Okay. Which is the v. So now you have to find out the inclination, which is cos theta is equal to L minus h by L. Yesterday I had written in the formula. Okay. So now applying, so we have used the conservation of momentum. Now applying conservation of energy. Okay, let us apply conservation of energy. Applying conservation of energy. What is conservation of energy? The energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy before collision is equal to the kinetic energy after conservation, after collision. Okay, so conservation of energy. What we are getting here? Half m1 plus m2 v square. Okay. What is m1 plus m2? This is the first mass and this is the second mass. So here basically conservation means we are here we are taking the case when the kinetic energy is equal to the potential energy. Okay. So half m1 plus m2 means the total of both the masses into v square is equal to what? m1 plus m2 gh, which is the potential energy. Okay. So m1 plus m2, remember, is the total mass. We basically write half mv square. Instead of writing m is nothing but m1 plus m2, because there are two masses, bullet and the wooden block. Okay. So by equating it, okay, you will get the value of h. Our main aim is to find the value of h, because v you will get from this quantity. Okay. m1, m2 you know, everything you know. G also you know, only h. So please find out h from here. Okay. So after you find out h, L you know, our main aim is L and h. Okay. So after this you have to find out what I am directly writing the formula. Please apply it over here. theta is equal to cos inverse. Okay, because cos theta, we had written the formula cos theta is equal to L minus H by L. Okay, so here I am writing directly, I am writing, because you can use a scientific calculator to calculate it. Okay, so cos inverse is nothing but theta is nothing but cos inverse L minus H by L. Okay, so apply this formula and you'll get the value of theta. Cos inverse L minus H by L. From here you're getting L, H. L is already given 1 meter. Solve it, use your scientific calculator and you'll get the value of theta. Okay, students? So next let us do sum number. So we have done sum number 29 and 30. Let's do sum number 31. Okay, so let us see what sum number 31 is telling us. Okay. Sum number 31 tells us that a stationary bomb explodes into two fragments of masses 0.4 kg. Okay, that means 0.4 kg means each mass is of 0.4 kg. Okay, so M1, there are two masses M1 and M2 and the mass is equal to 0.4 kg. Okay, what else is given? If the bigger fragment has kinetic energy, let us take that this is the, into two fragments of masses 0.5 kg, right? So let us take the bigger fragment as M2. Okay, so if I take M2 as the bigger fragment, so it's given kinetic energy of the bigger fragment is 100 joules. Okay, so this is the sum given. You are asked to find the kinetic energy of the smaller. Okay, so you have to find out K1. Very easy. Now, K2 is given as 100 joules. What is the formula of kinetic energy? Now remember, since the mass of the two bodies are same, the velocity will also be the same. Okay, so K2, so what is the formula of K2? Half m2 v square, because I told velocity is the same, is equal to 100 joules. Okay, so m2 is nothing but 0.4. Put the value, solve, and you will get v from here. Okay, so your main motive is to find out v. Okay, so after you get v or v square, no need of finding v, you can put it as v square. Just put it in K1. Okay, so K1 is nothing but half m1 v square. So our main motive, we have to find out v square. If you can find out v square, you easily get the kinetic energy of the smaller particle. Okay, now let us move to sum number 32. Let's see what sum number 32 tells us. So sum number 32 is telling us a neutron of mass 1.67 in 10 to the minus 27 kg moving at a speed of, so M1 is given as 1.67 into 10 to the minus 27 kg. Okay, U1 moving means U1 initial velocity is given as 1 into 10 to the 8 meter per second. Okay, collides with a deuteron. Deuteron, suppose M2 is the mass, it is 3.34 into 10 to the minus 27 kg at a speed at rest. At rest means U2 is 0. Okay, at rest sticks to it. Again, if the body is sticking, remember the total mass becomes M1 plus M2. Okay, and both the bodies move with the same velocity. Just now we have done this type of sum. Find the speed of the composite particle. Okay, so that means you have to find out V. Okay, just now I told you, so according to conservation of momentum, or you can talk about collision also. Okay, according to conservation of momentum, M1 U1, just now I have written, plus M2 U2 is equal to what? M1 plus M2 V. Okay, so you know M1 U1, M2, this quantity will become 0 because the U2 is 0. Okay, so you can easily find out the V for here. So solve it and get the value of V. Okay, so it's a very easy sum, student. Next, sum number 33. Let's do sum number 33. Okay, so most of the sums you will come across is basically on this formulas, this two, and the M1 plus M2, this formula and these two formulas, V1 and V2. Okay, let's do sum number 33. It's given a 20 kg mass which is moving with a speed. So let us write down M is 20 kg. Okay, U1 is given as 10 meter per second. Okay, strikes a stationary mass of 5 kg. Okay, that means M2 is given as 5 kg. Okay, after collision the masses stick together. Again, it is sticking together. Remember that. Okay, so as it is given a stationary body, that means u2 is equal to 0. Stationary or rest means the body, the initial velocity is 0. Okay, now what they have asked, with what speed that the combined mass move? Very easy. So you have to use the formula, let the combined speed be v. Okay, so m1u1 plus m2u2 is equal to m1 plus m2v. So easily find out v from here. Next, b part. What they have asked, what was the kinetic energy of the whole system before the collision? What did I write? What is the kinetic energy before the collision? So kinetic energy before collision. Okay, so before collision, the kinetic energy was half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. Okay, and what is the C part? They have asked, what is the kinetic energy after collision? So kinetic energy, see, I have written all the formulas are written over there. So kinetic energy, since it is a combined mass, remember combined mass means both the masses are combining. So kinetic energy after collision. Okay, so you have to use the formula half m1 plus m2 and v square. So you are easily getting v from here. But put this value, solve and get the answer. Next, where has the remaining energy gone? So you will see that if you solve it, okay, there will be a loss in energy. And where is this loss in energy going? Where is this energy going? It is going in the form of heat. Okay, because the body, which is moving with the speed strikes us, because when the body is moving, is striking with another body, then some heat is produced, and due to this, the energy is getting lost. Okay. Next, sum number 34. Let's do sum number 34. Okay. Sum number 34. It's given a body of mass. So you see here, students, that if you are writing the formula properly, your sum is also coming easily. Okay. So let us see sum number 34. 34, it's given that one mass is 2 kg, a body of mass 2 kg, moving with a velocity. Velocity is given as 3 meter per second, collides head on. Head on. Head on means opposite direction. Okay. Head on with the second body. So what is the mass of the second body? 1 kg coming from the opposite direction. So one body is going in. So one body is going in this direction. Another body is coming in this direction. That means they are opposite to each other. Okay. So M2 is given as 1 kg coming in the opposite direction with a velocity of 4 meter per second. U2 is given as 4 meter per second. What he has to find? After collision, the two bodies are sticking together. Again, after collision, the two bodies are sticking together. You are asked to find the velocity of the sticked body. Obviously, we will be applying the conservation of momentum. But here, student, though the bodies are combining with each other, but in the first case, it is given that the bodies are moving opposite to each other. Now, if the bodies are opposite to moving to each other, in that case, it will be m1u1 minus m2u2 is equal to m1 plus m2v. Why we have used minus? Because the bodies are coming from the opposite direction. Okay. So by applying law of conservation of energy, you write down m1 minus m1u1 minus m2u2 is equal to m1 plus m2v. Okay. So this is your sum number 34. Let's start with sum number 35. So all the sums are same type. Only you have to read the sum properly. Few words in the sum does the difference. Okay. Sum number 35. It's given a proton of mass. So M1 is given as 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Okay. What else is given? Collides elastically head on. Okay. With an alpha particle. So what is the mass of the alpha particle? Okay. Is the velocity given? Velocity is not given. Fine. So mass of the alpha particle is given as 6.68 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Okay, so masses are given M1 and M2 initially at rest. So fine, it's U2 is given as 0 because the alpha particle is given at rest. It is given. After the collision, the alpha particle moves with a speed. Now, after the collision, that means V2 is given as after collision the alpha particle. Now, we have taken the proton particle as M1. So, obviously, the initial velocity will be U1. After collision, as it is head on and elastic, that means they are not combining with each other. So basically, we will be using this elastic collision formulas now. Okay. So that means U1 is unknown and V1 is also unknown. Okay. But V2 is given because the alpha particle velocity is given after collision, which is 8 into 10 power of 8 meter per second. Okay, so you have to remember, student, which particle you are taking. If you are taking taking a particular particle, look at the initial velocity and the final velocity. Okay, don't get confused. Since alpha's velocity is given, we have taken the mass of alpha as m2. So the final velocity is v2 and u2 is already given as 0. So what they have asked to find out? Find the speed of the proton before and after collision. That means you have to find out u1 and v1. Okay. So you see here the formulas are given over here. Now this term, so let us find v1 first. So what is the v1 formula? m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 u1. Okay. Now see here, students. Here one thing you have to remember, student, that this quantity becomes 0. Why becomes 0? Because u2 is 0. Okay, so we'll be applying this, and v2 is equal to 2m1 by m1 plus m2 u1. Again, here also this terms becomes 0. Okay, so you know v2 is given over here. Okay, so students, I'll suggest you first you solve the v2 part. Okay, because you know the v2 value is given, m1, m2, m1, m2, both the values are given. So you can easily find out u1. Okay, so first find out u1. After finding u1, put it over here and find out v1. Okay, so it will be easy for you if you find u1 first means find u1 and then put the value and find out v1. Okay, students, so let's do the next sum, which is 36. Okay, let's do sum number 36. So let us see what sum number 36 is telling us. 36 tells us a particle of mass 1.8 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. Okay, so m1 is given as 1.8 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. Okay, it is moving with a speed. That means u1 is given as 10 to the power of 6 meter per second. The sums are very easy. Only these two formulas you have to apply. Collides with a particle of mass this. That means m2 is given as 3.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. Okay, which initially at rest. That means u2 is given as 0. Okay, see, the collision is elastic and head-on. Find the speed of each particle after collision. That means you are asked to find v1 and you are asked to find v2. See, simple formulas, v1 and v2. You can put it because you know u1 and u2. So you see here v1, again, as u2 is given as 0. That means this quantity will become 0. So you are left with m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 u1. Okay, so you know the value of m1, m2, you know u1, you will easily get v1. Okay, now next to find out v2. Again this quantity will become 0. So you are left with 2m1 by m1 plus m2 u1. Okay, so put the values, solve, and you will get v1 and v2. Okay, now let's do sum number 37. Okay, 37. Let us do sum number 37. So just if you can remember this formula of elastic collision. Okay, so the sums are very easy. Now let us do 37. 37, it's given that a ball A of mass 2.4 kg. That means m1 is 2.4 kg. Okay, suffers an elastic collision, elastic head-on collision with another ball B at rest. That means m2. Let's see what it is given. Means m2 is not given, but it is given u2 is at rest. Means u2 is 0. Okay. Now after collision, the ball A continues moving in the same direction with a speed 1 by 5 of the original speed. That means u1. Suppose we take u1 as v. Suppose u1 is v. Okay. So what will be v1 equal to 1 by 5 v. Why? Because the speed becomes 1/5 of the original velocity. We have taken the original velocity as v. So it becomes 1 by 5 v. Okay. And v2 is unknown to us. So what they have asked to find out? Find the mass of the ball B. Okay. So we have to find m2. Okay. So as I was telling, m2 is not given. We have to find m2. Okay, so you see here V1 is given, U1 is given, U2 is given, M2 and M1. Okay, so basically since V2 is not given to us, we will not use this formula. We will use V1 because here except V1, okay, sorry, except U1, U1 is also given, V is also given. So we'll use this formula to solve for M. Okay, M2 basically. So V1 is M1 minus M2 by M1 plus M2 U1. Okay, now again this term becomes 0 because U2 is 0. As U2 is 0, this term will become 0. Okay, so if you solve this easily, you know V1 as 1 by 5 V, U1 we have taken as V, put it, solve it, M1 you know. Okay, so put it, solve it, you will get in the equation form and it will get the value of M2. Okay, now let's do sum number 38. So sum number 38, you see that all these sums are of same type. Okay, so sum number 38, let's see what sum number 38 tells us. It is telling a 30 kg mass, that is M1 is given as 30 kg, okay, moving at 18 meter per second. So U1 is given as 18 meter per second, okay, collides with a 90 kg mass, that means M2 is given as 90 kg, okay, moving at 14.4, that means U2, here U2 is not 0, is not at rest, okay, so that means you have to use the full formula in the opposite direction. See, again they have mentioned it is in the opposite direction, okay, so basically as that means here it is plus, but as it is in the opposite direction, this will be replaced by minus, okay, so you are asked to find V1 and V2. Find the speed of each, find the velocity of each mass after collision. So V1 and V2 you have to find out. Okay. So as students you can see that everything, all the quantities are given. So here you have to apply the full formula. That is M1 minus M2 by M1 plus M2 U1. Okay. Minus. Now here the sign will be minus. Why minus? Because the two bodies are in opposite direction. Whenever the opposite bodies are in same direction, it will be plus, and when it is in opposite direction, it will be minus. You have to remember that, and that's why you have to read the question properly. Okay. So what else? 2M2 by M1 plus M2 U2. Okay. So you know all the values, put it, you'll easily get V1. And for V2 again apply the formula 2M1 plus M1 plus M2. Okay. U1 again minus, because the bodies are in opposite direction, minus M2 minus M1 by M1 plus M2. Okay, it's U2. So apply in this formula as I have done it. Okay, put the values, everything is given to you, put the values, solve, and you get the answer. Okay students, now sum number 39. Remember, sum number 39 and 40, okay, basically they are of same type, okay. So I'll teach you sum number 39 and 40, you'll be able to do it yourself, okay. So 39, let's do sum number 39. It's given a 0.1 kg ball moving at a speed. So what is the M1 given? 0.1 kg, okay. It's moving at a speed of 10 meter per second. So U1 is given as 10 meter per second, collides with an identical ball. Now, as it is identical ball, that means M2 is also 0.1 kg. Okay. At rest, that means U2 is 0. After collision, the two balls move symmetrically, each making an angle of 30 degree. Theta is given as 30 degree. So here you have to remember students that if the ball is moving symmetry of 30 degree, here it will become cos 30 degree. I am explaining you after this. So theta is given as 30 degree. What else is given? With the original direction of motion of the moving ball. Find the new speed of each ball. That means you have to find V1 and you have to find V2. Okay, you have to find V1 and V2. So U2 is given as 0. Okay. So now here one thing as student you see, till now when we were doing the sums, theta was not mentioned. But here they are asking you about theta. Okay. So another thing you have to see, find the new speed of each ball. Okay. So here you have to remember one thing students, that since the two balls are moving at the same out of same mass and they are moving in the same direction. Okay. So here V1. Okay, we can easily write it as V1 cos 30 degree. Okay, remember the velocity of the two bodies also same. Okay, the velocity will also be same. Okay, and V2 is equal to you can write it as V1 cos 30 because V1 is equal to V2. Since we are taking V1 is equal to V2, or you can write it as V cos also, V cos 30 degree, because V1 is equal to V2. Okay, since V1 and V2, or you can write V1 also, not a problem. Okay, so V1 and V2 will become equal. Okay, since the velocity of the two ball is same because the mass is also same, and theta and the angle of inclination is also the same. Okay, so we have got V1 is equal to V2, and we have got V1 is equal to V1 cos 30 and V1 cos this one also 30 degree. Okay, so we can easily put it in this formula and find out the speed of the body. Okay, because you know U1, you know U2. Okay, so U2 is already 0, so you can easily put V1 is equal to what? M1 minus M2 by M1 plus M2 what? U1. Okay, so U1 is this one, so V1 you can find out by using V1 cos 30 degree. Remember, to instead of V1 you have to use V1 cos 30 degree. Okay, and V2 also you can find out, so this term becomes 0, so it becomes 2M1 by M1 plus M2. Okay, U1. Okay, so by putting it in this formulas and putting V2 also as V1 cos 30 degree, okay, you will get the final velocity of V1 and V2. Okay, or you can apply the conservation of momentum also. Okay, you can do this sum, you can do it in this way also. If you want, you can use the conservation of momentum, which is M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. You can use this formula also. Okay, so I've shown you this, or you can do it in this formula also by applying the principle of conservation of momentum. Just remember V1 is equal to V2. So by applying the conservation, M1 U1 plus now M2 U2 will be 0 because U2 is 0 is equal to M1 V1. Remember to put the cos theta plus M2 V2. If you solve it, here also you can get the velocity of the or the speed of the two balls. Okay, so either way you can do it. Okay, now another part is there. Is this collision elastic? Okay, is this collision elastic? Now, to check that if the body is elastic collision, remember in case of elastic collision, okay, in elastic collision, always remember that the energy, what kinetic energy of the first particle will be equal to the kinetic energy of the second particle. That means energy of the first particle, first body will be equal to the energy of the second body. Okay, that means KE1 is equal to KE2. If you see that both the kinetic energies are same, then only it is elastic, else it will be not elastic. Okay, it will not be elastic. If you don't get the two kinetic energies same, okay, so then it will not be elastic. Okay, so first you find out the this one means basically the kinetic energy. To find out this kinetic energy K1, use the formula half M U1 square, because this is U2 is already 0, so the next term, the next kinetic energy will already be 0, so use this formula. And for kinetic energy K2, use the formula half M V1 square, because I have utilized here V1 is equal to V2, so half M V1 square. Okay, so just put the values, solve. If you get the two kinetic energies same, then it is elastic, else it is not an elastic collision. Okay, so with this we finish up with the sum. Sum number 40 is exactly same like sum number 39, only instead of 30 degree they have changed the angle to 45 degree. Okay, so if you have understood this sum, you can do that sum easily. Okay students, hope this chapter is clear to you. With this we finish up with the work, power and energy chapter. Okay, as I told you, practice these sums. Tomorrow I will be taking a test. Okay students, so bye students, take care.